Van den Wagen's extended free will defense doesn't stop here. One of the things he does is he takes it's really cool in philosophy when you can take from one area and apply it to another in a way people would have never thought applied, and that's what Van den Wagen does. So in metaphysics, there's a whole discussion about vagueness. So here's how Van den Wagen defines it in the book, and it's in the handout. Quote: a concept is vague in the philosophical sense if there is no clear dividing line between situations in which the concept applies and situations in which it doesn't. So consider the baldness example. This is applying for me as I age. Like, you know, my hairline I think is slightly receding. It also needs a cut, but um, at some point, if you just start plucking my hairs out, at some point I become vague. Oh, sorry. At some point I become bald. Now, when do I become bald? Like, at what drop plucking of my hair do I become a bald person? Well, some people will say it's vague. There's no clear dividing line between when someone's bald and when someone's haired. Okay. Van den Wagen uses similar analogy on describing page 149. Let's say there's a country with a famine. Okay. It needs rain. Okay, to become better again, right? To fix the famine problem. But you might ask, well, exactly how many raindrops does that country need in order to get out of its famine? Now, for any number you might say, let's say a billion. I really don't know how much it would be, but let's say it's a billion raindrops. If a billion is what's needed, I mean, I'm sorry, let's say it's a billion. I mean, a billion minus one could have been just as good. I mean, as long as a billion would have been enough to fix the famine, a billion minus one would have done it. And actually, a billion minus two wouldn't have done it. Actually, there's a billion minus two, a billion minus one, a billion and one, a billion and two. There's actually no clear dividing line, okay, at which this is the exact amount of raindrops you need in order to save the famine. Okay, that's the raindrops analogy. Now, next page of the handout, how is Van den Wagen going to apply the raindrops analogy to his expanded free will defense? Well, if you remember, on Van den Wagen's extended free will defense, humanity and people need to go through some suffering, in fact, in order to learn to realize that, oh yeah, as a civilization, we need God. We need to become better. Okay, but now exactly how much suffering is required? Van den Wagen is going to say, just like with the raindrops, there's no specific amount. You could have always added one more raindrop or took away one raindrop. You could have also taken away one bit of suffering or added one bit of suffering. Like there's no clear dividing line. Okay, so that's how he applies it to the free will defense. And on some views of vagueness, the sort of view that Van den Wagen likes, there just is no dividing line, so that there might be some evils where God didn't have to allow for that evil, but for any evil, you could have taken it away and it still would have been okay. But that's true for raindrops too. You might think, why that many raindrops? Well, for any amount, you could have taken one raindrop out or one raindrop in. So it's a neat point. It's pretty clever, as Van den Wagen tends to be. And so that's the second part of his extended free will defense.